Okay, so let's start with the topic today. So we will study about the genetics and some basic fundamental ideas of genetics today. What do you think? First, tell me what is genetic.
Ma'am, the hereditary characters which are passed on from the parents to the offspring.
Yes. So genetics is a branch of biology, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I ask you what is genetics, it is actually a branch of biology which deals with the inherited characteristic features which we get from the parents to the offspring, which is passed from the parents to the offspring, or you can say from one generation to another generation. Okay, so this is the study of genes, the study of this inherited characteristic feature which are passing from one generation to another is known as genetics. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा ये पहले बताओ कि if I explain everything in English, is it okay for you, or
Yes, ma'am.
I'll explain it in Hindi? Which one is better?
Ma'am, English is alright.
English is good. Yeah, English is also good for me because my Hindi is not that much good also. Uh, as you know, it's not my mother tongue, so my Hindi is sometimes it become horrible. Anyway, so today we will learn about the heredity, variation, chromosomes, the various terms which are related to this genetics, and the sex determination in human being. Okay, we are not going into the different types of monohybrid and dihybrid cross today. So we will just study about the various words and their importance, their definition, and all those things today. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, here, let us do one activity. There is a list of various types of words given here. So, you just list down which words do you think that is related to the genetics. Just write it down in your copy. I guess you have a copy and pen in front of you.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
okay. So, just write down the words which are related to genetics.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the answers, means the words.
Ma'am, heredity, inheritance, DNA, genes, and chromosomes.
Very good. So the natural selection and the adaptation are not included in genetics. So can you tell me in which branch of biology it is included?
Ma'am, adaptation is for the plants and the animal which adapt themselves according to their environment.
Very good. So these two words are related to which branch? There is another branch where adaptation and natural selection. From natural selection, you will be able to answer this, I guess. It starts from E. It starts with E.
Ma'am, environment.
Evolution. Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
look at the picture and tell me how can you compare all these puppies with the mother puppy and the appearance with their appearance? What are the similarities and dissimilarities? First, see, think, and then answer. First, you will tell me the similarities and then the dissimilarities, differences.
Ma'am, they all are dogs.
Okay.
Ma'am, then they all have same color, brown and skin color.
So, from here we can conclude that Um, these dogs, these puppies are from the same species.
Yes, ma'am.
How? You tell me something about their appearances also. Describe in your own words. Don't need to fear about anything. Tell me whatever is coming to your mind.
They all are similar in their outer
Similar,
appearance.
uh-huh. Similar
They
in
all are similar in their outer appearance.
outer appearance, okay. Outer appearance means their eyes, their ears, the hanging ears are same. Sometimes we know that some dogs have ears like this, you
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
So
Yes.
their ear pattern, their color, almost the color on the far distribute which are distributed all over their body, their facial structure, their nose structure is almost the same, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is like their mother. That is
Yes.
almost like their mother. But there are different species of dogs, like the pug. They do not have this uh, type of nose or this type of structure. They have a different structure. So that is a totally different species, right?
Yes.
I guess you know what is species.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a species? This basic concept must be very much clear. Okay. So uh, I'll ask some of the questions which are also not there in this chapter, like the species. Obviously,
Ma'am,
tell
the
me.
species which, ma'am, that they can breed among themselves and
Very
can
good,
produce.
very good, very good. That's the main thing. Species as the similar type of organism having their, say, obviously they will belong to the same genus, but they can breed with each other. They can reproduce with each other, and then only we will consider that that is a that
Species.
type of dog or that type of cat belong to the same
Same
species,
species. Yes.
right? Because we know, if I say the example of a mango also, there are various species of mango with different types of tastes, different type of appearance, different color, different size, shape, and all, right? So always remember that any type of mango cannot breed with each other. They always give the offsprings which are similar to the same, means similar to their parents. Okay, like this dog is the mother of these puppies. We can conclude this because there is a similar type of body, fur, their appearance, and something like that is almost the similar, right? And they are the like mm, brothers and sisters of the same breed. We can see they belong to the same breed, right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
there are certain differences also. What are they? Can you identify some of the difference over here? Species means we cannot say that everything will be matched, everything will be same, right? If it would happen, then all the people of the earth would be same, similar. But we are always different from our parents, right? We are
Yes.
not exactly the same in appearance or in habit or in anything. Genetically, we are not at all the exact copy of our mother or father, right? So in case of this puppies also, can you see the fur color? Some of the puppy like this one is having more blackish fur.
Yes, ma'am.
This one is not having that much black fur, or this one. Their this fur color is the identification of their differences in case of animals. In case of tigers also, you can see that the stripes on the tiger, the stripes on the zebra, they are different from each other. We cannot identify them, and to us we can see and say that all the zebra are same, but they
Yes,
can
ma'am.
identify themselves with the help of their stripes, that various patterns of stripes. And obviously the zoologists who study and mainly do the research on them, so they also can identify which one is which one, how they are different from each other. Okay, so
Yes,
all these similarities as well as the differences come through the genes. Okay, they are coming from the parents to the offspring genetically, right? Do you agree with me?
yes, ma'am.
Now now we will come to know about the various words. First one is the heredity. What do you mean by heredity? It is the characters which are transformed from the parents to the offspring. The various types of characters, okay, characters or traits in genetic words or in biological word, we call them as traits. Okay, traits are the characters. Like, can you give me some example of the traits which human being
Yes,
have?
ma'am.
Yeah, say.
It's like the
Very
eye
good,
color,
very good. Yeah, eye color.
brown or blue. Then
Exactly.
the hairs,
Hair color, hair texture,
yes, ma'am.
skin color,
Yes, ma'am.
then
Ma'am, then the pattern of the iris
pattern of the iris. Very good. And our
and
pinna,
yes,
sometimes it
ma'am.
is attached, sometimes it is free.
And then
है
our
ना?
tongue, rolling tongue,
Tongue,
and
very good, very good. The tongue, sometimes it is rolling tongue like this. And do
yes,
you have
ma'am.
a rolling tongue or flat tongue?
And flat tongue.
Show it. Or you cannot roll. Okay. So this is the different genes which we are carrying. So we cannot say that rolling tongue is good or rolling tongue is bad like this, but these are due to the genetic differences. Okay. So
Yes,
these come with the help of heredity. These are the different hereditary characteristic features which we inherit from the parents. Fine.
yes,
Now,
ma'am.
every living organism inherits the DNA. So all these characters are present in the DNA. Okay, we all have the DNA and we get the DNA from our father and mother. So whatever DNA is present in each of our cell, we get it the 50% from our mother and 50% from our father, not a single percentage uh, more and less. Then also, why do you think that sometimes it is said that the daughters um, are more similar to their father? Or maybe it is there, like I have most of the characteristic features which are inherited from the father. We are getting the 50-50 thing, 50-50 genes from our father and mother. So why there is more and less? Any
Ma'am,
idea?
ma'am, because some of them are recessive and some of them are
Very
dominant.
good, very good. We can only show the different habits and anything appearance wise or anything which are dominating the recessive one. So only the dominant characters are shown from outside. The recessive becomes or remains suppressed in our body. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
very good. Now tell me, where do we find the DNA present? Where is the DNA present?
Ma'am, the DNA are present in the cells of ma'am in the chromatin fibers.
Okay. So where are the chromatin fibers present in the cell?
Ma'am, in the nucleus of the
Very
cell.
good, very good. In the nucleus, the chromatin fibers are present, and these chromatin fibers are made up of DNA and histone protein. Remember, you have already studied in the previous chapter, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in the previous chapter, I guess you have already studied that the chromatin fibers looks like the beads on a string, and that is due the beads are due to the formation of the histone proteins. 8 histone proteins remain together,
Yes,
H2A,
ma'am.
H2B, H3, and H4, and they form the nucleosome structure. Remember?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, you may have noticed that all the offsprings look like their parents. So, have you ever thought how this happened? Without looking at the answer, how do we get the similar characteristic feature? Like obviously, our hair color we inherit from our parents, almost the same, right? We do not and that is totally different from the foreigners who are from America or something like that, European countries. Their hair color is blonde, and they are also inheriting the same color of the hair. So why do you think so?
Because the
Who's
DNA carry the genes from
Very
our
good, very good. So the DNA carry the genes, and genes reflect the various characteristic features in our body, right? So this is
yes,
all depending on the factors which are known as genes. Do you know who is known as the father of genetics?
Grigor Mendel.
Gregor Johann Mendel. So Mendel is known as the father of genetics, and at his time, during his time, there was nothing called the gene. He called those characters or the genes as factors. Later on, those factors are named as genes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, to show you the position of the genes, first, this is the cell and the nucleus is present within the cell. During the cell division, we see the X-shaped structure. I think you have already studied about the mitosis and meiosis cell division and the cell cycle also in the previous chapter,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So these X-shaped structures are known as the chromosomes, which are only seen during the prophase and metaphase of the cell division, right? Now,
Yes,
these chromosomes are made up of DNA and the different types of histone proteins. These chromosomes are condensed chromatin fibers. When you will see the cell or the inside the nucleus, not during the cell division, any other time other than the cell division, then it looks like just the fibers. Okay. And just a second, let me draw it. It looks like the different like these fibers, and they have the beads on them, like this, the beads on them, continuous beads. So these beads are generally for the histone proteins, and these fibers, if you unbind it, it is actually the DNA double stranded. Okay, this double stranded DNA having the nitrogenous bases and all. Okay, so this double stranded DNA compose itself to form the chromatin fibers. They again condense to form these X-shaped chromosomes, and they are present within the nucleus. Up to this much is clear?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now is, I bet you must be wondering why if living things inherit the genes from their parents, they won't look exactly the same. So why the siblings look different if they get their gene from the same parents? Do you have any sibling?
Yes,
Do you have
ma'am.
any brother or sister?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
brother. Okay. So do you have the same type of characteristic features, or It may be the appearance or habit or anything to that of your brother. Exactly
No,
the
ma'am.
same.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Or exactly the same from your mother and father, because you are getting the gene from them, right? So why do you think that, why is this difference? Why the difference is there?
Ma'am, because of the variations.
Okay, so variation in genes, right? So do you know how this variation takes place? I think you have studied a bit in meiosis cell division. Variation does not happen in mitosis, but during meiosis, variation takes place. The detail which you will study in higher classes in 11 and 12. What happened? During the copying of the DNA, there is always something wrong, wrong copy. And copying the wrong sequence of DNA is called mutation. Okay, it is called mutation. Sometimes mutation may be very much harmful, and it may cause the various genetic diseases like color blindness, thalassemia, leukemia and all. Okay, but sometimes there are just the natural mutation takes place, and the natural mutation helps in the formation of variation. I cannot hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
हाँ
Yes,
बताओ.
ma'am.
uh, means were you trying to add something?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the mutation which causes the variation in the different species. Now, do you know in long run how this variation help? What is the main purpose of this variation? Why are we so much first tell me, what is in your mind? Means variation is good or bad?
Ma'am, sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be bad.
What do you think? Just think of your family and what are the different variations you have from your father, mother, and brother. And do you think that the variation should be there? Means it is good, it is okay. Matlab, if it is not disturbing.
Yes, ma'am.
So, why so? To adjust with the surrounding. Okay. I'll explain this with the help of an example of bacteria. Then you will be able to understand it better. This variation help to adapt yourself with the surrounding, and in long run they help in the evolutionary process. Fine. And this
Yes, ma'am.
variation help you to adjust with the surrounding, and this adjusting is very much important for the survival. Without variation you would not be able to survive. If there was no variation at all from the primitive um, like primitive apes and all, we know that we all the human being originated from apes, so there would be no human at all,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
If evolution or the variation does not happen, right?
Yes,
It's all
ma'am.
due to the variation. Okay.
Yes,
Now, the
ma'am.
variation is the difference in genes between the individuals or the group of individual. Can you see over here the different types of faces having various facial expressions, the different types of color of the hair, texture, the various skin color, eye color, and everything is different. All the characteristic features are different from each other,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
This is all due to the variation. Fine. Now we have
Yes.
already said that the features which are inherited are called the characters, and alternative form of each character is called trait. Can you give me one example?
Ma'am, like the eye color blue or black.
Very good. Each of one of this blue and black is a trait. Or tallness and shortness. So tallness is a trait, shortness is a trait. If I speak about the height, if it
Yes,
is a color of a flower like purple and white, flower
yes,
of the pea plant. So whichever is dominant and recessive, we take them as the different traits. Fine.
yes, ma'am.
Now, here the study of the heredity and variation is called the genetics. As I have told you, genetics is a study, is a branch of biology which deals with the study of heredity and variation. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Now coming to the explanation, excuse me, of variation. Just look at this picture and tell me how variation happens. Only from this picture, taking this is as generation 1, this one is generation 2, and this one is generation 3. Okay, starting from your grandparents, say.
Ma'am, from generation one, some changes are there in the generation two, and then from generation two, its offspring will have some other changes.
Yeah. So each and every generation, I can see that there are two offspring. Everyone is producing two offspring. Okay, this is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
parent, two offspring. This is the parent, two offspring, and this is the parent, two offspring. So each and every offspring, they are different from each other. They are so obviously different from their parents and also different from their siblings. Can you see the head becomes red over here, and both of the siblings have got the red head, but the tail portion or the base portion, if I say, if I consider it as an insect, then also I can say like this, it is having green color, it is having blue color. So one is
Yes,
getting more characteristic from the parent, another one is more variation from the parent,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
Now in the next generation, if I consider this, so their sibling, their offsprings are not at all getting the base green because their parent is not having the base green. What
Yes,
they are what the varieties they get is the color of their hand. Say, see, hand or the limbs. One is getting same to their parent, and another one becomes sky blue. And in case of another offspring, both of them are different from their parents.
yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Here
Yes,
also, they are getting the same base color, that is green, well adapted, but the body color changed. In one's offspring, the body color changed, and in another offspring, they are not getting the head color red. Their head color resembles the head color of their grandparents.
yes, ma'am.
Right. So over here we can see that obviously the genes are carried from one generation to another. Obviously sometimes the genes are not seen in the next generation, it can be seen in the grandmother or grandfather, whoever is it. Like the head color of grandmother or grandfather, whoever is it is again seen in the grandson and granddaughter, not in in the next generation, just the next generation. Yes, are you telling me something?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So up to this much is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
This is how variation takes place, and variation occurs in generation after generation, and these differences will be very much unique, and these are very much unique from the respective parents also. Fine. Now, according to the different types of variation, the types of variation will be of two types: somatic variation and gametic variation. Somatic variation will be seen in the different somatic cells of the body. What are somatic cells according to you?
And somatic cells means the body cells.
Very good. The cells which are present all over the body except the gametes,
Yes,
right? And what are gametic cells or germ cells?
means ma'am the cells which helps in the which
Reproduction
fuse and
process.
yes,
So in it's only the sperm and the ovum. We can call them as the germ cells, right? Right.
yes,
So the variation which is seen in the body cells are known as the somatic variation, and these are not inherited. This can be acquired after birth also. Fine. There
yes,
can be the different type of variation after birth. But in case of gametic variation, these are always inherited from father and mother, because we know that the first cell which is formed within the mother's womb is the zygote, right? And
yes,
zygote is the first cell of any living organism which is formed due to the fusion of sperm and ovum,
yes,
right? So this sperm and ovum, while fusion and formation of the zygote, and also during the production of the sperm and production of the ovum in the separate male and female body respectively, they can get the variation.
yes,
Okay, and they can be inherited by the next generation, and this type of variation is called gametic variation. Up to this much clear?
yes, ma'am.
Now, why do you think that the variation is so much important? Like the same question I asked you, and I've given you the answer almost. So I want to give you the explanation now. It is obviously due to the survival. Okay, the main aim of this variation is for the survival of the species. Okay, one example, one story is given over here. Let me tell you in my words. Just listen to the story. One day, if you see that due to the global warming or anything, due to any sudden natural calamities or something like that, the temperature of the earth increasing, and we know that the bacteria can tolerate a specific amount of temperature where when they can reproduce and multiply and they can survive.
Yes,
But very less temperature and very high temperature can destroy their process of multiplication, and they will not be able to survive, right?
yes,
So what do you think? So from this point of view of bacteria, if I am the bacteria, or we both of us are the bacteria, what do you think that both of us will be able to live?
yes,
Or if
ma'am.
you think about thousands of bacteria, most of the bacteria will not be able to stay or not be able to survive due to the sudden change in temperature. But
Yes,
if every all the bacteria die, then the total species of bacteria will become extinct, right?
yes, ma'am.
So there are few bacteria which can tolerate the change of the temperature, and they can survive. In evolution, you when you will study about the adaptation and evolution, you will study about a theory of Darwin theory, which is known as Darwin's theory, that is survival for the fittest. This is the same theory. Due to the
Ma'am,
variation,
ma'am,
हाँ
but
बताओ.
now it has been removed from our syllabus, no?
Yeah, your
Evaluation.
from your syllabus it is removed, but then also it is there in any other board syllabus like CBSE, and also this is due to the this is also the survival for the fittest, that is some bacteria will be able to survive who can tolerate that increase of temperature, sudden increase of temperature. And only those bacteria will be able to multiply and continue their race. And that is why that species will not become extinct. If I
Yes,
give you one example of COVID-19, which is the situation now, right? It
yes,
is a
ma'am.
very dangerous situation for human being also to survive,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
We all have the variation, and we all are some way or the other fighting each and every moment with the virus, either not going in contact with the virus or not going out from our home, or obviously it's not possible to stay in home, then we will not get the food. So sometimes we also have to go out for collecting the food, so that is also important for our survival. And not getting infected with the virus is also helpful for our survival. But I think you know that many people who are who have got this COVID-19, some of them has become recovered also, most of them
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously there is a variation within them than the people who already died. There is a difference in the immunity system or something like that.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
resistance power, immunity power is obviously there is some variation. It is also seen that in some cases that virus remains asymptomatic, and without any symptoms they go out from the body.
Yes,
And yeah, and in the normal person, that normal person would never come to know that whether the virus is present in his or her body or not. it, it can be the situation also, है ना? So
ma'am. Yes,
from here you can understand what is the main importance of variation. If we do not have the variation, then the virus within a second could uh, kill means would kill us everybody, means would kill each and every person.
yes, ma'am.
Or within 1 or 2 years the total human race would become extinct, like how they are just spreading all over the world. But it is not happening, and obviously it will not happen. Okay.
Yes,
Because of the variation, we have certain uh, strategies, or we have certain characteristic features or capacity to survive. And the people who will survive and continue their races even after coming in contact with the virus is the survival will prove the survival for the fittest, right? They are the organism who are fit for this environment. Fine.
yes,
Now, can you
yes,
compare, or can you have do you get an idea about what is the main importance, how important the variation in each of the species is,
yes, ma'am.
right? So it is very much important. Obviously variation is not there, then the any species may become extinct. And as this variation helps in the survival, obviously the variation will also continue, and in a long run, like 100 to 200 to 500 or 1000 years after, it helps in the evolution process. Maybe this type of human being will not stay, another advanced human being will come after thousands and thousands of years, right?
Ma'am.
Maybe it is also depending on our technology, the different types of researches which are going on. So, and obviously due to the variation. Okay. Now, where do we found the gene in our cell? I have already said that these are the structures, these are found on the structure of the chromosome. Genes are
Yes,
present on the
ma'am.
chromosome. And what are chromosome? These are the long, thin, thread-like structure which are condensed and coiled molecules of DNA. Now, each chromosome contain the many genes. The genes carry the various hereditary characteristic features. So genes can be the hereditary unit of our body, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The gene control all the characteristics of our body, like the height of an organism, eye color, fur color, skin color, hair color, any texture, any sort of thing is all controlled by the genes. Fine. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
now we will study about the chromosomes. This is a single chromosome, and after duplication or the after copy of the chromosome, it looks like this X-shaped structure. When does this copy of chromosome takes place? In which phase of the cell cycle? You have already studied in the previous class, means previous chapter.
Ma'am, in the prophase.
In cell cycle, I'm asking. Duplication does not happen in mitosis or meiosis. It happens somewhere in the interphase. Have you heard of the interphase and the mitotic phase?
Yes, ma'am.
These are the two phases of the cell cycle,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So the interphase is also divided into three main phases: G1, S, G2.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember the gap 1, S, and gap 2. So S phase is the synthetic phase. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
S phase is the synthetic phase where DNA synthesis takes place. All the DNA which are present in the cell are again copied, like the chromosomes which are like this. After copying, they becomes like this. Now, in this type of chromosome, they have only two arms. If the centromere is present always in between, like this, so they have the upper arm and the lower arm. But in case of after duplication, they are having four arms. Can you see? One, two, three, four.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the number of chromosome is not increasing. Only the
Wait a
duplication.
second. I am coming.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
We were talking about the different about the structure of the chromosome. So this is the structure of the chromosome having a centromere where the arms of the chromosomes are attached, and these arms are known as the chromatid. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And when the two arms are attached with the same centromere, these are known as the sister chromatids. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, these chromosomes are present, many chromosomes are present within the nucleus, and these chromosomes are always specific in number. Okay, like in human being, we have 46 chromosome in each of our nucleus,
Yes, ma'am.
nucleus of the cell. It is not always sure, means always true that we are the most developed organisms, and that is why our chromosomes are more than the very small insects or like that. We cannot say that the small organisms have less number of chromosome, and the large organisms like elephant, buffalo, and giraffe, and obviously we can consider ourselves also, we have the more chromosomes per cell. Okay, it can
Yes.
be like this: we have 46 chromosome in each of our cell, but a very small insect may have 1,000 chromosomes within their cell. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is not depending on how much larger the animal is. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this chromosome always exists in pairs like this, and these are known as the homologous chromosome. When the when they exist in pair and they are similar in size, shape and size, they are known as the homologous chromosomes like this. But if they are different from each other in shape and size, they are called heterologous chromosomes.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am. Yes,
Now
ma'am.
we have 46 chromosomes which are always in pairs, like 23 pairs are present. Fine.
Yes,
Now the
ma'am.
pair of chromosome which are similar in shape and size and they are getting from the parents are known as the homologous chromosome, as I have told you already. Now, have you ever come across a picture of many chromosomes present together? A chart like picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what is it called?
Yes, ma'am. Karyotype.
Karyotype. Very good. So how is it taken? It is taken from the longer to the shorter one. Okay. This is
Yes,
the human being. Can you see? Starting from, it is actually 23 pairs of chromosomes, but the chromosome number 1 is the longest and chromosome 22 is the shortest. This
yes,
1 to 22, 22 pairs are the autosomes, which are which actually indicates the various characteristic features of our body. But the 23rd one, that is one pair, is called the sex chromosome or the allosome. Okay, one pair
yes,
is the sex chromosome, which tells the sex of an individual, whether it is a male or a female. Like if it is XX, both the chromosomes are X, then it is a female. And if one is X and one is Y, can you see
yes,
the
ma'am.
differences in their shape and size? So these are not the homologous chromosome. These are the heterologous, which is only present in male, right? XY is
Yes,
only present in male. Now, how many types of chromosomes are there? Actually, two chromosomes are there, the autosome and the sex chromosome. The sex chromosome determine the sex of individual. Fine.
yes, ma'am.
Human have 23 pairs of chromosomes, among which 22 pairs are autosomes or the somatic chromosome, and one pair is the sex chromosome, which determines whether we are male or female. Have seen the birth of a baby around you? Have you seen it?
Yes,
Not,
ma'am.
huh. Okay, the people can congratulate them, the couple, and ask them whether it is a boy or a girl. So how will they understand whether it is a boy or a girl?
And by their reproductive organs.
By their characteristic features, the reproductive organs. Very good. The outside characteristic features, right? And
Yes,
these are formed due to the different types of chromosomes which are present in their body. Right.
yes,
The ovary is made up of, and they form the um, XX chromosome, and the testes, they have the gametes, which are the sperms, which are formed of the XY chromosomes. Right. Now,
yes,
how will it happen? When the mother ovum is fertilized with the X sperm, the sperm carries either XI or Y, any one of it, because we know that in the meiosis cell division the chromosome number becomes half. They are not at all in pair, and as it is not in pair, so both the XS or both the XY will not present, any one of it will be present,
yes, ma'am.
right? Now if it is fertilized with the sperm X, then daughter will be born, right? Because
Yes,
mother has X, father has X, so XX means daughter, female child. And if the sperm carry Y chromosome, the mother will always carry the X chromosome, right? The ovum is
yes,
always made having X chromosome, no other choice. So if it is fertilized with the Y sperm, then what will happen? it will become XY, that is a male child will form. So on whose chromosome it is depending on?
On the father's chromosome.
On the father's chromosome. Very good. On the father's chromosome it is depending on, and who is responsible for it? For the sex of the son or daughter?
The XY chromosomes.
The XY
The,
chromosome. It is not at
and
all.
then
Nobody is responsible for it. It is the 50-50 chance always. Okay, it is not the responsibility of anyone, whether the mother or father. It is totally in 50-50 chance. That is which type of sperm will go and fertilize, whether it is X or Y. Okay, so
yes,
depending obviously of the chromosome of the father, but the chance is always 50-50, right? Now the sex determination is a result of the sex chromosome a person has, we know that, and it is passed down from mother and father to the next generation, right? Half whatever characteristic features are we have, 50% chromosome we get it from the mother, and 50% chromosome we get it from father. So why do we sometimes say that I look like father more, or I have the habits or the nature of father more, not the mother? Why do we say? Because we are getting both the 50-50 thing from mother and father.
and due to the presence of the DNA.
Okay. Not that. Actually, DNA is, the chromosomes are made up of DNA.
Ma'am,
Think a bit. You said it in
and
the last class also.
the inheritable characteristics which we inherit from the,
We inherit both the characteristics. We take both the characters 50%, means 50% from mother and 50% from father. So why it is sometimes said that I'm more gone, means I'm more of my father's, means most of my
to the
characteristic features are
ma'am, due to the dominant and the recessive.
exactly due to the dominant and the recessive genes, alleles, right?
Yes,
Because the characteristic feature, if I say it is the hair color, I get it 50%, means the same type of hair color from mother and 50% from the father. Now it is on my body which one will dominate. Obviously the dominant character or the dominant allele will dominate the recessive one, and whenever it is dominating, that characteristic feature will be clear to outside. है ना?
yes, ma'am.
Up to this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the babies always inherit an X from mother, always X, and either X or Y from the father. This is the picture of the sex determination. Just see the red portion is the mother XX, blue is father XY. Obviously the ovum of the mother will carry X chromosome only, but the sperm of the father may carry X or Y. So whenever X is fusing with this X, daughter, X is fusing with this Y, son, and this X is fusing with this X, daughter. This X is again fusing with this Y, son. So there is always a 50-50 chance. Can you see in the offspring? There are 50% daughter and 50% son,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So there is always a chance of 50-50 whether the son is son will take birth or a daughter. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now coming to the genes. What are genes? What is the similarity between these genes, I think you wear jeans, Hannah,
Yes, ma'am.
and the genes, genes, genes in our body?
And
What
they
is the
both are
similarity?
in pair.
They both of them come in pairs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because these genes have the one pair of leg, and these genes are always in pairs in our body. right? But unlike the shoes, each gene of the pair can be different from each other. Like we know that one pair of shoes, one pair of socks, and everything means they all come in pairs. So there is always a, different thing that in case of the chromosome, the pair may be different. Do you remember if the different pairs are there, what is it called? Last day we
Yes.
said, huh,
Some
say
homologous pair.
heterologous. Homo means same. Homologous pair means same chromosome. And heterologous pair means different
Different
chromosome.
chromosomes.
Okay, so we are talking about the different chromosomes. Now, the alternative form of these genes is called the alleles or the allelomorphic genes. Like if it is the height of anybody, so the height will either be tall or be short, right? So these
Yes.
are the two alternate forms of genes, alleles. These are the two alleles, either tall allele or dwarf allele. Fine. It may be the color of your hair, black or blonde. So both of them are the two different alleles. Any color of the flower may be purple or white. So these are the two alleles of a flower. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the father and mother each have, the two genes for each and every trait. One coming from father and another coming from mother, and both of them are coming the two for the offsprings, right? The alternate form of this gene is known as the alleles. Just write down the definition of allele. The alternate form of gene is called the allele.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now we will come to the different terms related to the genetics. Okay, first we have to know the basic terms of genetics, and then only we will go to the monohybrid, dihybrid, cross, and so on. Okay. Now coming to the homozygous and the heterozygous condition, when both the alleles are same, like both the T are same. T, capital T means tall, small t means dwarf or short. If I consider the height of anything, okay, height of a plant or height of an, or whatever height it is. So when both of them has the dominant character or both of them has the recessive are always written in small letter, dominants are always written in capital letter. So when both of the alleles are same, identical, we can call the condition as the homozygous condition. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
When one of them is tall and one of them is short like this, the two alleles are different, capital T and small t together. This is the hybrid condition. We say na hybrid condition. Hybrid means it's not pure.
Yes, ma'am.
So this type of condition is known as heterozygous condition. Okay, it's
Yes,
almost
ma'am.
the same to the homologous chromosome, heterologous chromosome. The same
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
in case of alleles, it is called homozygous condition and heterozygous condition. Fine. Now, when the two different alleles are present, they interact in a specific way. Okay, it is always this that the dominant will be expressed and the recessive will be suppressed, right? From
Yes.
outside, you will only see the dominant one. If there are two plants having purely tall allele and a hybrid tall allele, from outside it will seem to be same, the height will be same. Why? Because the recessive allele, this small t, will be suppressed by the dominant one. Okay.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
if both of the t's are very small, Then only you will be able, then the plant will be short, and you will be from outside understand which one is the tall plant, which one is the short plant. Okay. This
Yes,
type
ma'am.
of outside thing is known as outside expression is known as phenotype. I will come to the phenotype and genotype also. Okay. From
Yes,
here,
ma'am.
I have already explained what is dominant and recessive, right? The
Yes,
dominant always decides the trait, and it doesn't matter what recessive is present and all. The dominant means it will dominate that one, dominate that character. Even if any one T is capital, or even if any one character, one um, like allele is dominant, the outside expression will be always the dominant. Okay, the short or the recessive gene will not express itself. Fine. But in case of recessive trait, they decide the trait in the presence of another identical gene. When both of them will be small t, then only they will be able to express themselves. Otherwise, they will not be able to express, because there is only two alternatives, either dominant or recessive. है ना? So
yes,
if
ma'am.
any one of them is dominant, then the recessive gene will not be able to express itself. There is a small mistake. Just see, it will be, both the t's will be small. Then only the plant will be short. It's
Yes,
just a
ma'am.
printing mistake. Okay. Yeah. Now coming to the genotype and phenotype. First, I would like to say the phenotype. Then I will go to the genotype. What is phenotype? When you will look anything from outside, what is observable? The observable character is known as phenotype. Like whether it is both the T capital or one T capital, one T small. From outside, you will always see that the trees are tall. Fine. So
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
the phenotypic observation. Phenotype means from outside what you are looking at. Like the hair color, if it is black, you don't know what type of gene is present in the black hair. It may be one gene is black and another one is brown. But only black is dominating. So the black hair color is seen from outside. Okay. Same for the coat color of any animal, shape of the leaf, eye color, anything. What is observable from outside. And what is genotypic ratio or genotype? Genotype means the difference in the genes, difference in the alleles. Here, this cannot be seen from outside. It will be determined by the type of allele present within it. When you will find the allele which is present in the tall plant, it may be two capital T or one capital, one small t. It may be the hybrid, maybe the pure tall. So that comes the genotypic ratio, the genes present in the DNA of the organism. It is not observable from outside. Clear? From
Yes,
outside, you will not be able to understand whether they are carrying the pure gene or hybrid gene. Nothing. You will be only be able to understand by looking at the DNA. Okay, what the characteristic or what are the genes present in the DNA. Till now, is it fine?
yes, ma'am.
Genotypes are inherited always. For example, capital T, small t will always show the tallness of a plant, and small t always shortness of the plant. There are always two letters in the genotype as a result of the sexual reproduction, and one code for the trait comes from the male, and another codes for the comes from the female. So every offspring get two codes, one from the father and another from the mother. Okay. It can be
Yes,
the
ma'am.
trait of the height of an organism, any sort of genotype like TT, capital T, and the small t like this. Up to this much, any question?
No, ma'am.
Now, the genotype always code for the phenotype. Okay, due to the genes which are present in our in the different body of the organism, the phenotype will be understood by this. Okay, now let's understand how the phenotype and the genotype are inherited. Uh, it is the monohybrid cross are given here, that the mother is having blonde hair. Blonde hair is recessive, that is why it is written as small h. And the father hair is pure black hair, that is capital H, capital H. Okay, capital H is the pure black, small h is pure blonde. Now the color of the hair, H for black, small h for blonde. Parents are blonde mother and black father. What will be the genotype? Genotype will be either this one for the mother and this one for the father. Now what will be the phenotype of the offspring?
Ma'am, the offspring will have black hair.
Black
Ma'am, because,
hair, everyone will have the black hair. Why?
because that one is the dominant.
Very good. So all the offsprings will get at least one capital H, है ना?
Yes, ma'am, and
Because
one small h.
one small h. The capital H from the father will be gained by everyone.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
even if any one allele is dominant, then obviously it will be shown as black.
Yes,
From
ma'am.
outside, the phenotype will be black hair, but the genotype will be capital H, small h. That is hybrid,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Up to this much clear then? What is the
Yes, ma'am.
dominant recessive? Okay. Now do this one in front of me. Write it down. The phenotype of the offspring. If mother is a black hair, but capital H, small h, hybrid black, and the father also has the black hair, hybrid black. What will be the genotype and the phenotype in the offsprings? Do it by showing the cross. देखिए.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Done? Okay.
Yes,
Tell me what is the result?
ma'am. Capital H, small h, then capital H, small h, then capital H, small h.
Very good. So what will be the phenotypic ratio? If it is, we consider four offsprings.
Ma'am, then the phenotypic ratio will be 3:1.
3:1 because three black and one
Yes, ma'am.
blonde.
One
Oh,
wrong.
very good. And what is the genotypic ratio?
Ma'am, that will be 1:2:1.
Very good. Why? Because one pure black, two
One pure
hybrid,
blonde and two will be the
two hybrid,
capital H, small h. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, and one pure blonde. Very good. Now tell me, if an individual inherits the two tall alleles, the person will be dash with genotype dash. Person
And the
will be
person will be tall with
tall,
TT,
genotype
genotype double capital T.
capital T, capital T. One tall allele and one short allele, the person will be dash with phenotype, sorry, genotype dash.
Ma'am, the person will be tall with genotype one capital T and one small t.
Very good. And the two short alleles, the person will be dash with genotype dash.
Ma'am, the person will be short with genotype double small t.
Very good, very good. So understood this much,
Yes, ma'am.
right? This is known as the monohybrid cross. So till now we have discussed about the determination of sex in an organism, which depends on the autosomes and the sex chromosomes. The chromosomes pass the traits, the heredity we have learned in the last class. The genes, the variation, and the variation chromosome arrangement is known as the karyotype. And the variation, the two types of variations are somatic variation and gametic variation, right?
Yes,
This
ma'am.
much we know. Okay. Next we did that the genes, the alternate form of genes are called alleles. The genes, alleles can be dominant or recessive. Otherwise, the genes can be homozygous when both the alleles are same, or heterozygous when both the alleles are different. One
Yes.
tall, one short, like that. And the genes denote the genotype of a person, and that codes for the phenotype of a person. Till this much, any doubt, any question?
No, ma'am.